How to stop broke people from clicking on your ads. There's nothing worse, is there, than finding out that all the calls you're getting booked are from people who have no money. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about how to fix that so you can start attracting clients who are qualified, have the money to work with you, want to work with you, and don't cause you all kinds of resistance on your sales calls or actually show up instead of not show up. Because here's the biggest problem. A lot of coaches are struggling with this. It's like an epidemic of broke people. And what happens is it's hard because a lot of coaches don't find out about this until, guess what? 45 minutes into the call, and people are like, you know what? I'm broke. I don't have any money. My house is getting repossessed. They're like, why did you book the call with me in the first place to find out how I could help you? They're like, well, you had a free call, and I just wanted to know for future reference exactly how I could work with you. Maybe you've heard those, and it's just demoralizing, right? Here's how to stop broke people from clicking on your ads and booking calls with you. We're going to talk about 3 strategies or 3 different steps. The first thing that you need to understand is it all starts with your ad, okay? So if you're running ads, this is where it starts. If you're not running ads, I'm going to talk to you about a couple strategies that can work for you as well. But the biggest thing you got to realize is it starts with the ad, and it starts with the qualifying on the ad. So what a lot of coaches are doing right now is they're creating ads that are pulling in too wide of a net, okay? You'll often see a coach who's like hypothetically a mindset coach. And this mindset coach will run an ad saying, how to manifest your dreams and goals and make next year the most amazing year of your life and make an extra all this money and achieve all your dreams and all that kind of stuff. And they'll run it, okay? It's a terrible idea. The reason why it's such a bad idea is because of the fact that when you run that ad, what you're doing is you're just pulling anybody in. There's no qualifiers whatsoever. There's nothing on that ad that says anything about that it's for a specific type of person. You're not disqualifying anybody, and it's not going to work. So what do? What you need to do is you need to narrow your focus, and you need to go after one person. So who's the one person who gives you money, or you want to give you money, who's qualified? Is it a professional who's making 6 figures a year? Is it a business owner who has $1 million per year gross revenue in their business? Is it what? What is it? And also, what's their age demographic? And what sets them apart from somebody who has no money? Is it the fact that they're stressed out working 50, 60 hours a week in their busy professional career and they want to make a midlife transition to something else? You see what I'm doing there? And then that goes in your ad. That's the number one thing that needs to happen with your ad, is that it has to go after that person. Now, a lot of people worry that their costs will go up because they went after a smaller audience. Well, the problem is that's not the case, because you got to remember, you're not looking at costs per click, you're looking at cost per client. And so if your cost per client goes down, then who cares, right? So you need to make sure you go after the right person with your ad. The second thing you need to do is anytime you have people coming in, you have to have a proper qualifier, because here's the problem. Even if you target people with money, it doesn't mean they're ultimately qualified, because you need people who are committed, not interested. Interested people book calls, don't buy, tell you they're broke, because it's the easiest thing to tell you, right? If they get on a call with you, they don't want to offend you, and so they're just going to say the easiest thing they can, which is, I don't have the money for this, okay? And you're like, everybody's broke. So it's not just that they don't have the money, it's just that they might not have the money for you. So what do? Well, the first thing you can do is to get committed versus interested people. On your application page for a call, what you want to do is you want to create a box that says, what have you tried to do to fix this problem within the last 3 months or 2 months or a month or something like that, that has not worked, or it's made it worse. So what you're now doing is you're putting that in there, and what they're going to do is they're going to tell you. An interested person is going to say, well, I bought a couple books off Amazon on mindset work, and quite frankly, I haven't had a chance to read any of them. Bingo! You're going to disqualify that person 10 times out of 10. I don't care if they tell you they have a net worth of $20 million. the likelihood of them working with you is like 1%, okay? People work with coaches to get out of a problem, not just to have more awesomeness. So you're just going to want to look at that. Now, if they put in there, I've been to these conferences, I've hired this coach, I've done this, I've done that, and it's not working for them, great. That means they're committed to fixing that problem, and they're more likely to want to work with you, okay? So that's the second thing you want to do to qualify. Now, it's very important here, what I recommend doing and what I've done for years and get a lot of our coaching clients to do, put the application before your calendar, okay? So when they come in and it's like they book a call off your webinar or wherever, they go to an application page first. If you send them to the calendar first and then redirect them to the application page, like 20% will do it, okay? And also, it's super important because if you just send them to a calendar, they're going to scroll through your times and be like, I can't make that time. Send them to the application page, then the calendar. If you're going to get the application, and if they can't find a spot on the calendar, you have the application, so then you got their contact information, you reach out to them to find a better time, okay? So that's what you need to do there. Now, there's a third thing that we need to do. It's very important. It's the most important thing, especially if you want to run ads to get qualified people, and I'm going to get to that. But before that, what I want to do is I want you to do one thing, and that's hit the subscribe button. The reason you need to hit the subscribe button somewhere around this video is I've currently spent almost $2.8 million over the last 3 years getting coaching clients and on Facebook ads. And what I do is I teach all of what we're learning here on YouTube. Okay, all kinds of videos and training. I've gotten over 1,300 clients over the years. And what I do is we share what we're learning, what's not working, what's working, all for free. And we have all kinds of videos coming down the pipeline in production, but you're not going to see any of those unless you hit the subscribe button. And you just don't know which is going to be the one that's going to help you get to the next level. So hit that subscribe button now, and then you're going to get access or updates on all the upcoming videos I have. Okay, the third thing you can do to stop broke people from on your Facebook ads is make sure you're targeting the right conversion objective. Now, this isn't hard, but you got to do it right. So Facebook wants you by default to run ads to people who are clicking on your ad, right? What you want to do is run ads to people who look like the people who are registering. So let's say you're taking them to a lead magnet, a webinar, something, and they're registering for something, and they go to a conversion page, like boom, that's where you want your Facebook conversion tracking. And then what it's going to do is it's going to tell your audience who are the people who look like the people who are registering. Okay, so it's very important because you can run an ad that just goes and runs to people who are most likely to click. People who click are different than people who subscribe. So you want Facebook to run your ad to the people who are most likely to subscribe, not just most likely to click. And then what they're going to do is they're going to, as more and more people register, they're going to build a database and go, oh, let's go find more and more people who look like Jason. And then they're going to go into a pie slice. So your audience, say it's 1 million people. We recommend 1 million. And they're going to go into that audience and they're going to wedge in a pie slice and go after the people who look like the people who are registering versus the people who are clicking. Way more qualified, way better targeted audience. And then that builds. So the more people that click, or the more people who register, the more people goes through. Register goes through. So that's what you want to do. Now, I have something free for you. What I want you to do is in the description or in the pinned post, I have a free upcoming webinar. It's going to show you the 300-word Facebook ad strategy we use to attract affluent and qualified coaching clients and the snowball system, okay? It's a free webinar. It's going to show you exactly how I built a multi-million-dollar coaching business starting with this strategy, how you can get clients, the 3 things that are working right now, the 3 biggest myths that coaches are believing that's causing them to not get clients, and what to do to get started on a small budget. So what I want you to do is click the link under this video in the description or in the pinned post. Get registered for that free upcoming webinar. It's going to show you the exact 300-word ad method that I've used to scale my coaching business, not my coaching clients use. See you on the webinar.